robot arm, robot arm. So, I had another school project. If you watched my other Arduino video, you can consider this as a part 2. If you didn't watch that, go watch that after I'm done talking. In this project, you basically chose something you're passionate about and then researched about it and then made a project about it. It could be anything from building a periscope, building a solar eclipse model, baking, coding, making a game controller, and Arduino robot arm. In this tutorial, I learned how to use servo motors and made this rudimentary base project. So here's my Genius Hour project at this stage. So I have this joystick connected to two LEDs here and a servo motor. The servo motor is going to be used for the joints of my arm. So as you can see, if I move it left, it turns on this green LED. If I move it right, it turns on this red LED. If I move it up, it turns the servo motor. If I move it down, it turns the servo motor the other way. I originally wanted to watch this how to mechatronic video to do this project and go to the library for 3D printers, like the tutorial, but they said we could only print for max 3 hours. Our print would take well more than that. So we bought the parts from Amazon. With the instructions, I assembled the hardware. So I assembled the arm and attached it to the base, then I attached the Arduino on the shield, then the joystick to the controller and wired everything together. Then I did the software part. Here I import the servo motor library, then I define where the joystick pins are, then the servo motor objects, then the value variables for the joystick and the servo motors. Here I said that the joystick pins are input and set the default values for the value variables. Then I state which pins the servo motors are at, and yeah, that's just it. Now loop. This is making the joystick value variables read what value the joysticks and the axis are, and these are just a bunch of if-else statements to move the servo motors based on the joystick's value. At last, I tell the servo motors to rotate on these rotational diagrams, and this is my project. Enjoy. So, here's my Genius Hour presentation. So, here is my arm. If you move this joystick horizontally, it will move this back and forth. If you move this up and down, it will move this motor, which controls the distance of how far and how close the claw is. Now let's go on to the other joystick. If we move this one horizontally, it controls the claw so it can grab onto things. And if we move this up and down, it can control the height of it. And I can move the object in hand, I can drop the object and move it again. Subscribe, join my Discord. Peace everyone.